Good morning, learners. I am Sir Arvin, and I will be discussing some reminders for your title defenses that will be held next week. As you can see in the screen, I will be sharing you the draft of our research manual, in which I can explain to you today the rules in conducting title defenses and other necessary details that you need to know. Again, uh, for everyone, uh, you need to communicate with your group mates so that you can discuss what are the topics or what are the titles that you are going to present next week. So, with that, you are required to present three research titles, and it will be checked and approved or disapproved by your research advisor, which is your research teacher also in the subject. So without further ado, let's discuss some contents of these research manual. And we'll start with the research agenda. So now let's have the research agenda. Okay, so this particular section of the research manual aims to institutionalize the topics that the school wanted you to actually propose so that it will help not just the academic community of UCC but also to holistically identify what are the necessary proposals, projects that you can uh, submit so that it can be used by not just again the UCC community, but also by the community around us. And this particular agenda is based on the following governmental and non-governmental institutions. And now let's delve into the institutional research agendas. Okay, as you can see in this particular file, we have eight agendas in which we focus on educational development for quality and inclusive education, and also in gender and development studies. As you will know, we have some issues with regards to gender and development, in which I hope that some of you will focus on this particular agenda. And also, we have here the industry, innovation, and emerging technologies, as well as development of public policies and social practices for peace, justice, and strong institutions. Also have disaster risk and reduction management, food safety and health security, business and economic development, and language, culture, media, and arts. Again, those are the agendas in accordance with the research plans of the college, and also agendas coming from stated governmental and non-governmental organizations. So I hope that your titles will be among these agendas. So now let's have the title defense details that you need to know so that you can be prepared for next week. So yes, now let's proceed with the groupings. Okay, so as you will know, your groupings will be from only 5 to 7 members, and 7 is the maximum number of members in each group. So any groups that has more than 7 members will not be allowed to present their paper. And also, individual researchers are not allowed. So if you wanted to take your research individually, you are informed right away that you are not allowed to do it. Because again, research it's not just preparing you on how to create papers, but also it prepares you on how you communicate with other group members, and also will be able to actually enhance your collaborative strategies, especially in talking within teams and inside the organization. It actually prepares you to your future purposes. Okay, so I hope that you can and you may communicate well with your team, because I know it's not easy for everyone to communicate with others, but hopefully this will help you engage with them. Okay, so the groupings will be again decided by the research advisor. Okay, so if you have concerns with on how the research advisor set the groupings, you can ask them. But again, in the research manual, it is being decided by the research advisor, and I hope that it will be respected by all the members of this community. Okay, and also, the research class will be the ones to confirm and finalize the groupings. Okay, so and once it is being finalized, it will be considered as final once all the groups undergo the title defenses. Okay, so once we're done with the title defenses, this means that once the groups go through the title defense, no group member can leave a group, nor can a group add an additional member. So I think this is being stipulated with you because you are not allowed to leave your group. Okay, so you are not allowed to transfer in another groups. I hope that is clear to everyone. Okay, so for the approval of your title defenses of your research titles, so you need to present 3 research titles with your research advisor, and it should have at least 3 research questions as well as references to back it up. Okay, so class, you are tasked to understand, to read about APA 7th edition. So do not just submit a link for us to see, because we know how to access the links, but we wanted you to actually transpose it into APA citation style. Okay, so I hope that is clear to everyone. Again, APA citation style is the citation format that you need to use so that we'll be able to see what kind of references that you gather. Is it from journal articles? Is it coming from a magazine, newspaper, or news articles, scholarly journals, and etc.? Okay. Once the title is being approved, okay, the research group can no longer change their title unless it is being asked to be changed during the proposal defense. Okay, so now there are cases that uh, your research title will not be approved. Any of your proposals will not be approved. So again, I advise my students to actually have additional research titles, just so that they can have titles that can actually be approved alongside with their 3 proposed research titles. But if this happen, the research advisor can assist in formulating the research title that they will work on. Okay, but as much as possible, the research department wanted you to choose your own title, to make your own title, so that it will be relative to your interests and to all the things that you wanted to do as a researcher. Okay, so again, another rules for title defense, another reminders. Okay, so this will be inform you on how the research title defenses works. Okay, so here, the research advisor will be the one to set the date and time for the title defense, which again, will be held starting next week, and it will be held for 2 weeks. Okay, so and again, so you have to present three research titles, and it should have three research questions and references. And you have to present your papers, your titles, using a PowerPoint or a Prezi presentation. Okay? So after this, the research advisor will ask questions to the group. So hopefully that everyone is prepared, so that if there are questions, you don't need to nod, you don't need to pray, you don't need to cry, or you don't need to do anything. Just answer the question. Okay, so after the presentation, the research advisor can ask, what among all those titles, what do you like to go further? But also, research advisor can advise what is the most feasible research title that you can work on. Okay, so with regards to the time, okay, so if you are late with the presentation, okay, if you are late with the title defense, okay, so you will not be allowed to continue with the title defense. Okay, so maybe you can have another date and time for their own defenses, but it depends again upon the rules stipulated by your research advisor. Okay, so and if you have given time frame, okay, if there is a time that you need to present your research title, so make sure that prior to the stated time, you are able to present or to set up your equipments, your materials, and all presentations. Okay, so with regards to your outfit, you need to wear corporate attire. But if you don't have any corporate attire, such as semi-formal attires, such as polo shirts, and collared shirts, so you can wear your prescribed school uniform if you have. Okay, so with regards to this, you are allowed to prepare food and refreshments, but they should not spend too much on it. But we are not requiring you to do this. If you wanted to do this, then thank you. If not, then it's okay. I know we are in a pandemic, and it's not really easy to spend too much in terms of anything. Okay, so I think that's it for the groupings entitled defenses reminders. But we have additional details that you need to know in terms on how you will present your paper. So now let's proceed with the sequence of the contents for the presentation for your title defense. Okay. So this will be the sequence of your title defenses. It's up to you on how you will present your paper, but this will be the sequence. Okay. So there are three ways. There are three ways. There are three parts. Okay, the first one will be the research title, your first research title, together with its research questions, and then cited text. Okay, cited text, the in-text citation from selected references, and also the reference citation. Again, study the APA 7th edition style. Same with second research title and third research title. Now let's proceed with the concept paper. Okay, so the concept paper is actually given to you during the first week, or uh, uh during first week of our classes. So you can see what is the format for the title proposal. Okay, so again, the sequence for the concept paper should be as follows: the research title, the research questions, the cited text from the references. Okay? So again, do note that only three research titles will be presented and that each research groups are encouraged to formulate backup research titles. In case that there will be no approved research titles for the group, then the research advisors can ask the group for their backup research titles. If you have questions, you can ask your research advisor for some details about this. And now let's proceed with the time frame. Okay, so for the time frame, so for the whole year round, okay, so you will be with your research teachers. So from practical research 2 to III, so you will be with your teachers all throughout the year. So here are the scheduled time frame, but the dates will be announced to you prior to those particular activities that you have to comply. Okay, so for first quarter, it will be the title defenses. For the second quarter will be the proposal defenses. On third quarter is the completion of the research manuscript and the start of the final defense. And on the fourth quarter will be the polishing and submission of final research manuscript. Any questions with that? Again, you can ask your research advisor or research teacher. Now let's proceed with the important part that you need to know, which is the offenses of any conduction research activities. Okay, so a research offense is any violation, whether it is unintentional, committed by any research member in a group that is against the rules established in the research manual. So we have level of offenses, we have minor offenses, major offenses, and grave offenses. So now let's have a grasp of each offenses. Okay, so in the minor offenses, there will be a deduction of points from individual grades and possible removal from the group. Okay, if you are being removed from the group, there will be a cases that uh, you will not be able to continue with your research paper. So therefore, you will fail the subject. But it's up to the discussion because we have ethics review committee and other committees that can help us identify if those offenses will be given back to each students or worse to each group. Okay, so it will be committed. Minor offenses will be given to those students who are not attending group meetings, and also the group member is not attending the research classes and non-compliance of group members in any assigned tasks. Okay? And also, non-compliance of a group member and contributing to the group funds. And also, the group has committed plagiarism by 21 to 30% of their manuscript. Okay? And also, portrayal of inappropriate behavior among fellow group members and incomplete attendance of the group during presentations. Okay, so now let's delve into the major offenses. Okay, so for the major offenses, the deduction of points will be given to the whole group, and also the issuance of strict warning and possible removal from the group will be sanctioned if any of the following is committed. Okay, so the first major offense will be absence of a group member during the defenses, such as entitled, proposal, or final. But again, it's upon the discretion of your research advisor if you will be given major offenses. If you have any valid reason for not attending the title defenses, then it will be considered. If none, then expect major offense sanction. Okay, and also non-appearance of an entire group during the allotted defense period. Okay, it seems impossible if all of you are experiencing the same problem or same issues so that you cannot attend the research defense. So if that happens, so that will be a major offense. And worse, you are not approved to proceed with the defense. And therefore, you'll fail the subject. Okay? Another one is the incorrect citations from sources of and authors. Non-usage of APA citation style will give you a major offense. Again, we have to acknowledge the writers who works hard in creating their own paper. So we have to cite them properly. And also, if the group has committed again plagiarism from 31 to 50% of their manuscript, and also unauthorized collection of research data. Okay, if you don't go with the procedure on how to collect the research data, the proper way or the proper procedure, therefore, you will be given a major offense. If the investigations falls out that you do not get the right data by doing the right method. Okay. So another one is inappropriate behavior among fellow group members, other research group, to the research advisor, any research personnel, and among any members of the panel. You will be given a major offense sanction. And also coercion or involving any other group member in committing any research offense, regardless of reason that you wanted to promote or you wanted to rebel about. So you will be sanctioned by major offense. Okay, and also covering for a group member who has committed a research offense. So yeah, you will be sanctioned as well. Okay, so for the grave offenses, this will be automatic discontinuance of the whole group in pursuing their research work and will be receiving a failing grade if any of the following is committed. Okay? So the first one is the group has conducted a full research work without any authorization coming from their research advisor. And also, if the group has committed plagiarism from 51 to 100% of their manuscript, and also if the researchers manipulate or tampered the data collected. And also the publication of documents and other research data. Also, if the research has acquired a research work done by others and the group has submitted it as their own. Okay, the research department has ways on how to get that on how to know if the research paper is being done by other people. Okay. So, and if the group has bought a research work from a suspicious source and has submitted it as their own, and if also the group has hired another person to do their research work for them. Okay. So these rules apply to all research subjects. And any committed offenses that have been proven should be reported and with concrete evidence and be sanctioned accordingly. Okay? So any group who commits any of the above mentioned offenses will be no longer a candidate for the best in research award. Okay? So do you have any questions? Again, if you have questions, you can ask your research advisor or your research teacher. So again, this is Sir Arvin, and hopefully that we are able to create not just ethical but also responsible research papers. Again, for the welfare and benefit of everyone, including our academic community. So thank you, and I hope you'll be successful in your defenses that will be held next week. Bye for now.